Neoconservatism is on the decline, and I have two contradictory thoughts in my head. First, may it die quickly, and secondly, may it die painfully. What do I mean by that? I want this death to hurt because you only have to listen to me whenever I live stream to know this. I hate neoconservatism as an ideology. So when it leaves, I want it to leave in a way that is painful, excruciating. At the same time, don't linger. I want you out of here as quickly as possible. Get out of here. Be done. So, with that being said, you don't have to look very far to see evidence of what I'm talking about. You just have to look at the replies to Lindsey Graham's Twitter account. I've seen friendlier Amy Schumer crowds. And look, just like Colbert's show, you're going to have a few people in there who go like, "Arr, arr, arr, arr," and clap their paws. So you're going to have that with Lindsey Graham's reply. Someone's like, "Thank you so much, Senator, for your wonderful leadership." But that's becoming the exception. Almost all of the replies are very negative, saying you are a scumbag. And the good news about that is it's not just people that are from South Carolina, it's people in other states as well. This ideology has never been able to stand up in a marketplace of ideas. In fact, it was imposed from the very beginning. This regime that's over us, that took over and is in charge of our country right now, also took over the airwaves on talk radio, and they took over the cable channels, including Fox News. Roger Ailes was marginally better than Rupert Murdoch, but Roger Ailes is also the man in charge. He was in charge when Sean Hannity got a job there, and so many other countless neoconservatives got jobs at Fox News. Rupert Murdochs have not brought in that much new talent since Ailes has died. At first, he was obviously Me Too'd, and then he passed away. And I'm not saying anything positive about Roger Ailes. All I'm doing is pointing out, though, that he was marginally more conservative than these Murdoch brothers. So with all that being said, he passed away. And has Fox News gotten better? Absolutely not. It has gotten worse because of things like the firing of Tucker Carlson. And again, technically they put him on the back burner. I guess Tucker left because they just said, "Oh, we didn't fire him. We just canceled all of the shows that he has for the future, and we're pending a review." So Tucker ended up starting his own company. He ended up making an actual Tucker Carlson podcast, which you can catch anywhere else. That wouldn't necessarily have happened under Ailes. Maybe it would have, but Tucker probably would have had a fighting chance. So that's an example. And look at Fox News's numbers. They are not getting better. They spike whenever Trump is on screen, especially whenever there were the debates. Yeah, during the presidential debates, there were some spikes. But overall, people are tired of Brett Baier. People are tired of the Five. People aren't even going for Jesse Waters that much anymore, or Sean Hannity. Yeah, again, there's going to be people who are the diehard neocons who are going to keep on watching Sean Hannity, who brings on Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham and other people cut from that cloth, saying, "Here you are doing a wonderful job fighting for our country." It's a joke, but these people still exist. They're out there. They're your uncle that you try to ignore at the Thanksgiving Day table. So with that being said, these people are out there for sure, but the ideology is not growing. It's slowing down and dying. What's going on with young people is young people are either moving one of two directions. They're moving left or right. And when I say right, further to the right than Fox News. And that's a good thing. Now, there are outliers. There's people out there, young people, who are not like that, who are going to, for example, ask dumb questions. And maybe he was someone who moved left. I don't know. He may have been in the former group. But do you remember the first question in the Republican debate in 2024 was about climate change from a young guy. It was a young man. And look, he may have been in kind of like the Chris Christie caucus of the Republican Party. I guess that's totally possible. Or he was a leftist himself, and they're like, "Well, here we go. Here's a young person. Let's just ask him a question." But that's an outlier. There's so many people out there, young people, who disagree with that kind of a mindset, who are socially conservative, culturally conservative, and want a non-interventionist foreign policy. They really like Huey Long and Pat Buchanan. And those two men are hardcore anti-neocon. And if they're not familiar with Clyde Wilson, Annals of the Stupid Party, Republicans Before Trump, they at least would agree with most of the book. And so this ideology is not growing, it is shrinking with young people. Now, of course, there are people out there who are still neoconservatives that are young. I'm not saying there's zero. I'm saying it's not enough. It's below replacement levels. Overall, young Republicans are moving rightward. And the ones that are not in the Republican Party. They may call themselves, well, I'm kind of a Republican, but they're going to vote Democrat every election. They're going to vote for the Democrat Party. So this is a good thing. It's about time the Republican Party had a makeover. I've said often I wouldn't mind a complete rebranding. Change the name from Republican Party. Again, we really don't live in a republic anymore. We live under a democracy and an evil regime. So if you want to call it something else, call it something else. I don't particularly have strong feelings about that. I'm okay with the term Republican Party, but we have got to do something with that elephant logo. Do something. Get rid of it. I don't know if you need to put in a bald eagle, a rattlesnake, like the Don't Tread on Me rattlesnake from the Gadsden flag, something. We need a cool rebranding to get more young people on board. People that are to the right of the party that are like, I'm just kind of checked out of the Republican Party. They're a bunch of weak people. If we start pushing boundaries, they will come. And that's a good thing. We need a strong America First foreign policy and trade policy and immigration policy. And God willing, we're going to get it. So I applaud the death of neoconservatism. Like I said, it was imposed from the beginning by Fox News and by the establishment. And now their hold is weakening in many cases because of Donald Trump. Although I would say Pat Buchanan was the first torch runner, Ron Paul was the second, Donald Trump is just the third, and there's going to be another one that actually slays the neoconservative monster. It may take two of them. Another guy that fights neoconservatism and gives it a mortal wound, and then someone else actually gives it the coup de grace. I pray so. That's what I want to happen. I want this monster to die. It's a weak, pathetic monster, but it's had a stranglehold over Republican politics for too long because it's been doing it by force, because of the media and the establishment, because of the fact that these are two wings of the same bird. The Republican Party and the Democrat Party are two wings of the same bird. The conservatives, that's another story, though. Conservatives often vote Republican because real conservatives, people that are actually right-wing, will run in the Republican Party. And so there's some overlap there, but never mistake me for just being a Republican. Don't call me just a Trump supporter either. I am a nationalist. I am a right-winger. I'm a Christian nationalist. And so that should not be mistaken. And very, very fortunately, a lot of people are changing their minds on that. Thank you for watching.